What do our grown children owe us, if anything? And what do we owe our parents if they're still alive? You may know the answer to this question, but the truth is, the answers really are far from black and white. Let's look together at what we can learn about what is actually a controversial issue. And we'll provide additional recommendations about what family members owe each other at the end of this brief episode. Hi, this is Marlena Fiol from Becoming Who We Truly Are, a YouTube channel that deepens our understanding of who we are and what's possible in our lives. If you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. It makes a big difference. Almost everyone agrees that parents are obligated to take care of their children. In fact, it's a law in the US. However, from a philosophical perspective, I believe the reverse is just as clearly not true. Children have no obligation to take care of their parents as payback for the care they received. If I think that my grown children owe me something because I fed, clothed, and sheltered them, then I'm assuming they should repay me for things that are legally and morally required of me. Does that make sense to you? In reality, there's a general lack of clarity around the question of children's responsibility vis-à-vis their parents. In fact, 30 US states have laws on the books that pass the obligation of paying for the basic care and needs of aging parents to their adult children. Some state laws even allow parents in need to sue their own kids for support. Of course, enforcement of these laws has been very rare, but still. Clearly, expectations are changing over time. Here's what Dr. Joshua Coleman, one of my podcast guests and an expert on family relations, has to say about this. In prior generations, it used to be the child's job to earn the parents' love and respect. These days, it's the parents' job to earn the child's love and respect. And a lot of parents don't assume that they're going to have it. They're terrified of making mistakes, of screwing up their children and creating an estrangement. What has led to this turnaround in thinking about the relationship between parents and their children? Let's look at what seems to be happening. A recent study found that less than 10% of parents in the US expect any kind of financial support from their children. Despite making tremendous financial sacrifices for their children, most of them expect nothing in return. That's not terribly surprising, but here's what I find really fascinating. That same study found that even though most parents don't expect their kids to help them, 63% of the children said they plan to provide some level of financial support for their parents when they retire. If you think about it, this is as it should be, isn't it? I expect nothing from my best friends. And yet, isn't it wonderful that they step up if or when I need them? During the 2018 holiday season, a viral video brought the issue to the forefront in ways that probably made some people very uncomfortable. An American professional baseball pitcher drafted by the Kansas City Royals, Brady Singer, paid off his parents' significant debt after receiving his signing bonus. The video shows his parents crying as they read a letter in which he writes basically something like, "I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how I couldn't have done this without you. It wouldn't have been possible." Singer's letter frames his actions within the language of love and appreciation, rather than the language of debt or obligation. He acknowledges that he alone was not responsible for his accomplishments, but that he and his family worked together as a team to create them together. Singer's actions, well, they seem really extreme within the perspective of a child's obligations to their parents, but they seem completely natural within the perspective of love and appreciation. For those of you who are deeply engaged in your own quest to becoming who you truly are, I just want to say that my path may not be yours. I've talked about a way to move toward increasing levels of authentic peace that have been important to me. But naturally, only you can decide what's best for you. If you've found value in this program, please do give it a thumbs up or click the subscribe button on your screen. It really does matter. Also, please post any questions or comments you may have for me. For example, what do you think a child owes their parents or vice versa? In addition, just so you know, I'll be posting a new episode of this YouTube show each Tuesday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. For further information on what children owe their parents, we recommend the following resources. First, a YouTube crash course on the moral obligations of children to their parents. Also, check out the YouTube video by Yaron Brook, arguing that children do not owe their parents anything. And for a look at my personal path from a very broken to a healthier relationship with my parents, we recommend my memoir, released by Mango Publishing in 2020, Nothing Bad Between Us. The web addresses of each of these are in the show notes. And remember, we are together on this journey.